back in the building, and I think we all know how the energy that Eric brings and what he gives to a football team. So, and he's coming off a heck of a season with the Chicago Bears. My hat goes off to the Bears and the great job that they did there. But and then on the other hand, we had another great coordinator here too with Matt Nagy, and this gives Matt an opportunity to go out and run his show there and do what he does best, taking 2 Super Bowl championships with him and 3 Super Bowl appearances. So he'll and a top 10 offense that he was working with this past year. So he'll go out and be able to put his own mark on things, and that takes my name off of it, and he gets the purity of it. I was hoping that it would be a head coaching position. It still might be that. He deserves that for definitely for sure. And if that doesn't work, it gives him an opportunity to step in as a coordinator and run a show from there. So it's a win-win, I think, on both sides for both coaches. And again, we're glad that EB was able to come back in and jump in that position and bring all the knowledge that he has likewise to the table.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHP. It's Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. I'm Stephen St. John. We've got Nate Bukaty and Jake Gutierrez and Deebs and you. All right. Tuesday means former Chiefs wide receiver Marc Boerigter in the studio. It also means Jeff Chadiha. And I just looked up at NFL Network and saw Jeff Chadiha being interviewed. And so I took a picture of that and then texted that to Jeff Chadiha with no comment. It seems stalkerish, but I do that whenever I see someone that I know on TV. I'll just take the picture and send it. And the message is, I'm always watching. I'm watching you. And it could be friendly or it could be, threatening. Whatever. It's up to you how you take it. I mean it as a positive. Jeff looks at his phone, sees that I sent the picture of him on TV, and he knows why he's watching. I've done that twice now in the last few hours. See, there's Jeff again. He's talking about the Rams. My friend who's a KC FD battalion chief, I was watching the news last night, and there was an incident in Northeast, and they interviewed him about it, and he was explaining everything. That's my guy Riley. That's my St. Gabe, St. Pius basketball dad friend.
Okay. Yeah, get it. Yep.
Right?
You sit there at basketball games together?
Well, he was
coach together?
He was the boys coach and I was the girls coach.
Okay.
And we used to have some dual practices.
Yeah.
And his son Connor is in the same class as the girls.
Yep.
And he's a great athlete, a fine young man, and listener of New Day with SSJ.
Good morning, Connor.
And so I saw that, and I just took the picture.
Yep.
Of the chief. He's the chief now.
Chief.
What's up, Chief? Took a picture of him and just sent it to him. No comment.
Yeah,
then
you don't
he
need to
sees
comment.
it.
Yeah.
And then when Battalion Chief Riley Nolan sees it, he says, SSJ's watching me.
Yeah.
See?
That's so cool to be a chief.
Yeah.
Hefe.
I mean, that's
Like when I call, hey, Chief.
that's the best.
He's a Kansas City Chief.
Yeah.
How about that?
Chief.
Literally.
It's a great honor.
El Jefe.
Walk around and, hey,
Right.
what's up, Chief?
That's exactly
Right.
right. I saw him.
It's good for you to let people know that you're watching.
Yeah.
Just remind them.
Always watching. You got to pay attention to the people around you. Oh. All right. Here's an interesting story we'll start off with. Because after Chadilla, we're going to talk college basketball in the 9 o'clock hour with Greg Gurley and then possibly Jarrett Sutton. We're working on that. That's a busy man and a new father. Again, congratulations to Jarrett and Rachel Sutton on the birth of their baby. Mm-hmm. And so anyone that's gone through that, when you got a full-time job and a full-time baby,
New baby Pierce.
maybe you don't have time to go on New Day with SSJ, and that's acceptable. All right, because there's one thing for sure that comes before the show: babies.
Right. It's a very
All right,
pro-baby
babies.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing his
Because
damnedest. So
Nate
he's
and
trying
I
to
have
move
had
some things around.
we've had a lot of them. We've generated a lot of babies.
We've created some babies.
Yeah,
We have.
you know what? We've
And I'm their biggest one.
right. So we're pro baby. Not all reasons or excuses are accepted for not coming on the show. But if part of it is like, hey, I got this baby, like, okay, all right, I got you.
Right.
I got you. Say
Now,
less.
he's the one thing we know is he's probably awake anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. But but maybe at odd times he could.
Right.
You never know. You never know when you could possibly catch some shut eye. All
The only
right.
time Jarrett's sleeping is when he's on the road now. That's how that works.
Right.
He does travel a decent amount.
So here's what we got. College basketball. We'll talk with Greg Gurley and then Jarrett Sutton, hopefully, in the 9 o'clock hour. But Kansas is off until the showdown against BYU that'll take place this weekend. BYU was involved in a big game last night, and they got roarked. If I might use a baseball term. All right, they made a furious comeback, but they were getting beat for most of the evening. 86-83 though. The final score looks good, but it took a late rally by BYU to make it interesting. And the game was at BYU. And so
Roark's been getting his tits lit. Really has.
For most of the night, you're thinking, man, Arizona is they're undefeated, and this ain't even close. But then BYU's comeback, and it came right down to the wire. At least maybe it made some other teams in the Big 12 feel like, okay, maybe they're not totally invincible. But my God, for most of the night, like, look what they're doing at BYU.
Yeah. Up 19, halfway through the second half.
And guess what? Hey, they many flaws that led to, that were shown that and mistakes that led to BYU making that comeback, and also credit BYU. But what do coaches always say? It's a lot easier to work on things after a win.
Yeah.
So now you could take it, hey, look, we beat BYU, we stayed undefeated, but we almost blew it. So, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It's hard for me to think they're going to go undefeated all the way through the league, but that's one of the toughest games on their schedule for sure. And they just got to win, and they like you said,
I'm not even
2/3 of the game they dominated it.
It's but I'm not even thinking undefeated. It's hard to imagine them like losing 3 times.
Oh,
Yeah. So you watch them and you think, okay, how many losses can we even imagine for them?
Right. I mean, they got to play Kansas twice still. I think they got Houston still, but they're going to be favorites in every game probably.
I could see them losing 2, but I don't think they could lose 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless Kansas swept them.
So they've got, look, if you got the Big 12. So they got at Kansas on February 9th.
They could lose that.
They got Texas Tech the very next game.
Where's it at?
It's at Arizona.
You know what? They could still lose
still,
it.
that's
Tech's
good.
good.
They
I
could.
watched a lot of
Yeah.
that Tech Houston
Tech's
game.
good, man.
Number 11
They're
for a
tough.
reason. So
Tech's good.
They go. Okay, this is their window right here. 4 games.
Yeah.
Number 14 Kansas, at number 14 Kansas, Texas Tech, BYU, at Houston. So that's 4 straight games against top 15 ranked teams.
Well, maybe so, but I had them losing last night.
Oh, no.
I thought they were going to lose last night. You know what I mean?
I mean, like I
I
said,
mean, Nate feels like they're headed towards 4 or 5 losses. So this thing is wide open.
I think they'll be the favorite
stand
probably in every one of
corrected.
those games. I'm
Wide
just saying,
open.
like,
They finished 3rd or 4th in this league.
yeah.
You know what, though? I mean, they could if they... You never know. Somebody could get hurt or they could get into a slump or whatever. But I just feel like last night was... If you're one of the teams, like every team chasing them, that was disappointing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big way to start a gauntlet for them. And they got a couple games that would be considered easier games coming up. But then they got that run. Those 4 games, then they got at Baylor, then Kansas, Iowa State.
I mean, it came down to a game-saving block in the final seconds, but for the most part, my takeaway was my God, Arizona. They're incredible.
Yeah, they're 21-0 for a reason.
Right, I was going to say, should have figured that out in the first 20 wins.
I don't know,
Yeah.
they got a tough-minded Arizona State team coming up next. Bobby Hurley. he's all but giving up.
Hey,
Oh,
I don't
man.
know if you saw
and-
some clips of him
Yeah.
last
Listen,
couple weeks.
these in-state rivalries,
That's
you
true.
throw the record books out.
I don't know
and
if you throw the
never,
record book in that one.
Never
He's-
can tell.
He's a defeated man.
Oh, man.
He said, my team doesn't even listen to me anymore. They've
Okay,
given up.
right. Kansas State looking to bounce back from the loss to Kansas. Tough place to do it at West Virginia.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. Tough place to do it.
I think it's a fun road trip right now with all that weather and everything else.
Oh my God! I mean, West Virginia's not a fun road trip when there's when there
That's what I
isn't
mean.
weather.
It's brutal.
Oh my God!
You don't think it's good for a 7:30 tip-off on a Tuesday night?
No. We've been stuck.
Mm-hmm.
I've been stuck overnight in West Virginia before with bad weather because the closest airport's 30 minutes away in another town that's up on top of one of those mountains. Like they have a tiny little airport that's up there you can fly in and out of, but
No, that's not a good trip.
that's a bad trip, man.
Right.
As Bob Davis used to say, the late great Bob Davis used to say, you can't get there from here.
Right. So, and then Missouri, they have an incredibly tough game at Alabama. And that game was at 8 o'clock and it was moved to 7 o'clock. But one of the most interesting things about that game, for people that aren't Missouri or Alabama fans, you have this, I mean, all hell's breaking loose in college sports, right?
Yep.
All kind. It's the wild, wild west. And so you've heard of Alabama Senator Charles Bediako, who will be playing tonight, a 6'11" center who played 2 seasons at Alabama back in 21-22 and 22-23 before leaving early for the NBA draft. He left.
Yeah, he went to the draft.
Hey,
Go on the draft.
thank you guys. 2 pretty good years. I'm out. I'm going to the NBA draft.
Yeah.
All right. Put me on the alumni list. I'll see what I can do, and thank you. Gone. He went undrafted and never played in an NBA game, but he spent the past 3 seasons playing for 3 different G League teams, suiting up as recently as last weekend for the Motor City Cruise. Okay? So he's been in the G League for a couple of years.
Yep.
So he sued the NCAA for immediate reinstatement after the organization denied Alabama's appeal for his return. And so he played in his first college game in almost 3 years on Saturday against Tennessee. They lost, but he scored 13 points.
What?
Like, this is like,
What?
I mean, look, hey, Missouri needs some defensive help, especially on the perimeter. I got JT Tiller's number. I'll call him. He can get. He can. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he can get there by tonight, but he lives in Georgia. I mean, he could if let me know.
Yeah, give him a holler. There's no qualifications anymore.
Could have used his defensive presence in that game that lost to Georgia. I mean, I don't know. You got any former Kansas players that you'd like to help out with a
Keith Langford
lawsuit.
back.
You guys want to get Mike DePasquale and see if he can help your chances?
Sue somebody.
You know?
Yeah, I was up in Lawrence last week, and they asked Bill Self about it. Gary Bedore asked Bill Self about it, and he was like, I mean, if you're a head coach right now, you kind of got to be scouring the G League, don't you? Like, maybe there's some guys out there.
Said he's
Ben
with them,
McLemore have
you know.
any?
I don't know what to tell you. So the hearing on Bediako's request for a preliminary injunction has been delayed because of weather issues. The damn weather.
Yep.
According to a court filing, resulting in his temporary restraining order being extended another 10 days. Meanwhile, the NCAA has filed a motion asking the judge overseeing the case to recuse himself. Because there are multiple ties, it appears, from this judge to the Alabama program.
the big law degree from
And
Alabama.
it's like him, his wife, and all kinds, you know. There's like a list of them. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Now, hold on. Judge Saban, don't you want to try? I don't understand. So, he was granted a 10-day temporary restraining order last week that allowed him to play immediately for Alabama and that barred the NCAA from punishing the university in any way, with a full hearing scheduled for today, but now that's been postponed. Because Taylor Askew, one of the NCAA's attorneys, was unable to attend the hearing because of weather issues. So now it's been extended, and so we get to watch him play against Mizzou tonight.
I mean,
So because of the weather delays this thing, now he's got to go for like 15-8 tonight. And here's the deal. I'm not going to come on here and tell you and pretend to know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know how he could play. I don't know what's happening. I'm like unfrozen caveman lawyer. This is, your modern technology is too much for me. I don't understand what's going on. All I know is somehow when these things happen, it ends up Missouri's involved and not in the positive way. So this big story that's one of the top stories of ESPN, 6'11" center who spent the last 3 years in the G League
playing professionally.
He can play against Missouri tonight. All right. Tip off 7:00. Screw you. Whatever. I don't.
It's just
like, of course, but of course,
yeah,
right? Of
yes,
course,
Missouri.
Of course, it's lined up just in time.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. I can't explain anything. All I know is that's the end result.
Well, this is the problem the NCAA brought upon themselves when they fought and fought and fought to keep these guys unpaid. And then the dam breaks, and now they're just like, no rules. Like, there's just, yeah, sure, bring a guy back. He's been a pro for 3 years, whatever.
I'll tell you, this is what, now this is me being a pessimist, so I'm just going to lay it out there. This is what I expect to happen tonight.
Oh, boy.
I expect Missouri to go out there and give a spirited effort.
Yeah.
Not intimidated, hostile environment, good team, and they're playing well. Oh, look at this. Mark Mitchell, he's on tonight. Oh, even Ant Robinson's playing well. Would you look at this? This is Jaden Stone. He's hit a couple of threes. Mizzou's got 7-point lead at halftime at Bama. Can you believe it? Second half, things start to get tight. They have some turnovers. They start missing some free throws. Comes down to the final minute. They play their guts out, and Bediako hits a game winner with 3 seconds left.
Or blocks a shot at the other end.
Something
Yeah.
where he's the hero, and I'm listening to the broadcast. Can you believe it? Because of a temporary restraining order, Bediako was able to win this game for Alabama. Because of this lawsuit,
Yeah, and the weather.
Alabama has sued their way to a victory tonight over the Tigers.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Laughing for.
I'm just a caveman.
Right.
I fell in some ice and later got thawed out by some of your scientists. Your world frightens and confuses
That's
me.
right. College sports frightens and confuses me.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it. All I deal with is end results, and that one sucks.
Well,
Like, wait a minute, hold on here.
yeah.
Hey, Dennis, go try to get Des Moines Hodge back real quick.
Seriously, get what you can. I mean,
Why not?
everybody,
Fight fire with
sue
fire.
Everybody.
I mean,
Retainer.
I mean, that's what.
is there a big you can reach back and
I mean,
grab for me?
Self said he was like. I mean, you got to have somebody on your
What's
staff.
Jonte
like,
Porter doing nowadays?
yeah.
Well, I can tell you what
Well,
he's doing,
bet
and
you
he's not
not.
available.
Well,
He's not available.
for the NBA.
Right. Well, I don't.
Yeah,
He's,
I mean,
he's-
just sue the
that would be a hell of a lawsuit.
Yeah.
I was thinking, a quick
mean-
text message to Jeremiah Tillman for tonight's game. Let's
I think
go.
it'd be quite a gamble to bring him back.
Wow. Wow. Buddy, they got a Porter they're waiting on. Javon. But he's not playing again. All right, that's it.
I love it. I think it's
Well, I don't love it.
between this and
You love it for.
Carson Beck. That was like they're like, what's it like on campus? He's like, I've been on campus in 2 years. What are you
Right.
talking about?
That's right.
I'm not a college student. What gave you that idea?
Yeah. See, there's one football player that's going for he's going to have an 8th year.
Yeah, of course.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I look, I didn't play
A lot of
any.
people go to college for 8
I didn't
years.
play any sports.
Scott Bakula and
And
necessary
it
roughness.
took me 6 years to graduate. It took me 6 years to get a 4-year degree. There were some different paths I took.
Yeah. Little
So I get it.
Yeah.
I
I
wasn't.
have any eligibility left.
Oh, I'm sure you can sue your way
maybe.
into it.
I know.
Who knows?
I think I got one more good year in me. Coach.
But that something's going to happen, and this guy's going to do something special tonight. Whether
Yeah,
he'll be
yeah.
the best player on the floor, or whether in the broadcast group, man, you can just really see this. He's like a grown man out there. He looks like a professional out there.
He's got that dad strength.
Does he? And I'm going to get that for about 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
It's going to make me mad. But you know what? College sports, it's fantastic. What? All right. That's it. We've got Andy Reid clips we're going to play because Andy Reid spoke with the media.
I listened to him speak yesterday.
An energetic Andy Reid.
Doggone it.
Lots of stuff to talk about.
Win-win. We got that phrase a lot. A lot of win-wins.
And I'm caught up on TV, Jake, on a lot of stuff. I'm 1.5 episodes away from being done with Copenhagen Project. I finished His and Hers, and I watched the first 2 episodes of A Night of Seven. Was it A Night of Seven Kingdoms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about his and hers?
You know what?
How about that?
I-
Holy moly.
I
Got ya.
I guessed something about that.
Right, okay.
I didn't say that she. Well,
all I'm going to say is I was like, wow.
no, it was good.
Nice little plot twist there.
That was a good limited series.
Yeah.
With John Bernthal.
I love Bernthal.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, I started a new TV show, and so I
Probably
Jake will love it.
Probably started it.
Did you?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm in The Beast Within Me.
You know what? I
It's
tried to watch that, and
came
I
out in
wasn't
22.
and I wasn't in love with it. I don't know if I was in the right mindset. That's a stressful
Oh, it's extremely stressful.
TV show.
It's-
You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's not a binge-worthy show. That's a.
You need a break between.
Oh yeah.
No, it was
Calm your nerves.
Oh, okay. So it's Memory of a Killer on Fox.
Okay.
It just started last night
I
after
texted
the
you and Lebo
championship
about
game.
that.
So-
I haven't seen it. I didn't start it, but
We watched the first episode, Aces, and it's it's Michael Imperioli. It's
yeah.
Christopher Moltisanti
And-
from The Sopranos. He's alive.
And McDreamy.
McDreamy is very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. From Can't Buy Me Love.
Patrick
Yeah,
Dempsey.
yeah.
He's very good. I'm impressed with him so far.
Yeah. He looked like. I mean, he's solid.
And Michael, Michael
Yeah.
Imperioli.
Hey.
He's the kind of character I want.
Right.
He's who I want him to be. You know what I mean?
Christopher.
So we watched the first episode.
Because it's a two night premiere.
and
right?
it was very, very good. And the premise is, and do you know what the premise is?
It's kind of. There was a show with Liam Neeson, a movie that kind of had the similar. He's a serial killer, but his memory's going.
Right. It's
Not serial killer, a hitman.
right. but it deals with Alzheimer's. And so it's obviously of great interest to me. But so far, the first episode, like, I don't know how they're going to. It's a very tough premise to keep up. It's a hell of a interesting storyline, but the first episode was really good. So can't wait to watch the second episode. Definitely
It's
watch
on the
it.
list.
Definitely watch it. I think you will like it very much. I think you might like it if you just give one of our shows a chance one effing time and say, it's not Moonrise Kingdom. It's not who's the guy.
Wes Anderson.
Nate will only watch things directed by Wes Anderson. I'm just asking him,
No, Kelly and I need
do
to start a new
something
show.
fun.
We finally just finished Tires, so we need a new show.
Now that's blue chip A+ level
man.
entertainment, and I don't want to hear it, people. If you don't,
man.
if you see it and you're offended, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you'll likely be offended. It's very offensive humor, so it's right up our alleys.
Yeah. Oh man.
And you may not like the people in it.
Yeah. I need a birthday cake like that, guys, for my birthday in March.
Oh man.
Or maybe you got
Anyways,
a birthday coming up, Nate.
I do.
Maybe get you a birthday cake like that.
Did you like?
You can eat that cake.
Did you like who his dad was?
Oh man.
He was good.
The
wasn't
guy
it?
from Wings.
Noel.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's good.
Noel.
Right.
I don't know. I think the whole cast.
It's a
is
funny
great.
series with Shane Gillis on Netflix, but it's very offensive, which means it's very funny to me, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
be forewarned.
Well, yeah. If you think you'll be offended, then you probably will.
But you got to watch the new Game of Thrones series.
Okay.
So and the episode
Yeah,
it
they're
pisses
short.
me off, but they're only like 35 minutes, which
Ooh,
I don't
kinda
like.
like that actually.
I hate it.
Give me more,
I want a lot
but it's
more.
good. It's very good.
We're just at the stage right now. Like by the time we get our kids to bed and all that stuff, we got like 30 minutes to watch a show. So that's why Tires was perfect.
This will be good for you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
There's TV talk for you. We'll take a break. We'll hear some Andy Reid clips. We'll talk to Marc Boerigter football after this on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Welcome back to a throat-clearing new day with SSJ on Sport Radio 810 WHB. Marc Boerigter, former Chiefs wide receiver, is in studio now. What's up, Mark?
I don't know. A lot, I guess.
Did you enjoy the AFC Championship game in the snow?
No.
Was it the best quarterback game you've seen in recent memory?
No.
Do you think Sean Payton wishes he would have gone for the field goal early in the game?
He should have, yes. What are
What
your
do you,
thoughts?
what do you know about it?
Okay, so
No, what do you know about that? What do you know about that blizzard on the way?
well, what do you guys think?
Lebo and I'll be honest with you. Now, Lebo and I think, have both overcorrected so much where me and him get pissed off every time a team just doesn't take three, especially in the playoffs. Because almost always, if they don't get it, it somehow comes back to haunt them. And look, I love analytics. I love trying to understand, the rationale behind a team's decision. But sometimes, especially in football, in the emotion of it, you got to take the points. And what really, really turned me was what happened, remember, right before halftime of the AFC Championship loss to the Bengals, when the Chiefs, in
Got
somewhat
greedy,
arrogant
man.
fashion, said, "No, three's not enough. Let's go for the touchdown here." And if you say the momentum doesn't exist and ignore the emotion of football, I challenge you to go back to that game and see what the Bengals were doing, going into the locker room, fired up, thinking, you know what, we got a shot here. And the Chiefs were bickering and pointing fingers and everything else, and then the rest is history. Now, I just don't understand sometimes, especially now in the playoffs, where I feel like head coaches have gone too far to the extreme. Like, no, we're not kicking the field goal here. And it comes back to bite them, and it did in Denver against Sean Payton.
It did. There was an article, I think it was on ESPN yesterday. Somebody had tweeted it out that I read late yesterday afternoon about his rationale around it. And first of all, the whole story is kind of hilarious because it talks about him watching the Bears-Rams game the week before and comparing kind of the scenario where the Bears went for it on their opening possession down there when they probably should have taken three, right? But I'm like, it's a completely different scenario, okay, first and foremost. And so if that was the reasoning, it's stupid. Now, I will say this. I am like you, Steven. I used to be a little bit more resistant to the analytics, okay? But I'm all about the analytics in a lot of ways. Because I do think there are a lot of pieces to that puzzle in the math that you put together and say, okay, honestly, the odds are better off this way if we get this, right? Or whatever it might be. But the part about all of that is that football is not played in a vacuum, right? Like, so there are so many other factors that come into play. And when I look at that game on Sunday with the Broncos and Patriots, you were up 7-0. Okay, the Broncos are up 7-0 at that particular moment in time. Now, they could easily miss the field goal too, right, and have 0 points as well. But if you take 3 points there, you go up 2 scores. Okay, and one of the major defenses that the analytics folks have about going for it all the time is that sustaining long drives and having drives, the amount of drives you get in a football game, have gone down in the National Football League. Okay? Now, part of that is because more people are going for it on fourth down and attaining it. Okay? But if you go by that logic, that the drives are down and you should go for it on fourth down, well, guess what? If you kick the field goal in that particular moment in time, you are now up 2 scores.
In the second half.
Which means New England has to possess the ball an additional time, not just once, but an additional time to beat you or even tie you.
And despite them advancing to the Super Bowl, New England has a quarterback that's playing horribly.
Yes, and then to top it all off, again, to go back to the vacuum piece, you know in the second half that snow is on the way, okay? That's been in the forecast.
Nope. That's what they call a surprise storm.
They didn't listen to Gary Lezak sitting out there in Golden, Colorado talking about it.
Another thing is, they're still at the 14-yard line.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what the analytics would say your chances of still, like, if you get the first down there, you still got a ways to go to get into the end zone.
Yeah. And the other thing,
It's not just the 1 yard line.
You ain't mentioned yet. I know he hit a couple of passes early. It's your backup quarterback.
Yes.
Who hadn't
Well,
started the
that's-
game all year.
Who,
Yeah.
guess
Yeah, and
what? Might have a couple of hiccups, including the throw that he made that was intercepted.
It's just there are so many other factors involved that I just and yes, was there still a lot of game to be played in that particular moment in time? Yes, there was. But 14-0 at that point or 10-0 really is no difference in the score. You were up 2 scores.
It came back to bite him. And also, our experiences form our opinions and how we feel about things. And having gone through the unique situation of being a Missouri football fan and having the kicker tear his ACL in the opening game the entire season, I had to watch Missouri get into reasonable field goal territory and know in my heart that a field goal is off the table right now. And I so desperately wanted to see a young man walk out there and kick a 35-yard field goal. So I don't take it for granted anymore. That altered so many games because it was, hey, if you wanted to see this guy's got the pedal to the metal, he's free balling out there, 4th down every time. Yeah, because he doesn't have a field goal kicker. And so I saw what it was like, and I appreciate field goals again once in my life. And I'm not saying kick every time, but my God, especially in the playoffs, take some points. Well, and all the whole scenario from that game suggested it's 3 points.
And this, I'll point to this too. And this is when you look at just the analytics and the math folks out there, right? They just look at, again, everything in a vacuum.
That's all I do is I look at the math.
So let's go to high school and college football too for a second, okay? Into this mix because, and I'm going to bring up an example of St. Thomas Aquinas, okay? Who runs a very methodical offense, okay? Flex bone, wing T, whatever you want to call it, right? Very methodical, run the football, 2 yards in a cloud of dust, and then pop a big one. But they're gonna possess the ball all the way down the field, right?
That was his nickname at Aquinas, the old flex bone.
The old flex bone, yeah.
A lot of people.
But you run that, when I go into this, like at the high school, you might be more inclined to go for it more on 4th down, knowing your possessions are going to be more limited, right? Mm-hmm. Same with college football. Same with the NFL, though. You start looking at the offenses and you go, okay, we got a high-flying offense here. And how many times have we heard this against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs? Like, hey, you got to keep Mahomes off the field.
You're not going to beat him with field
goals. You
goals.
got to sustain drives. Yeah, but you got to sustain drives, right? Like, all those things come into play as you make these decisions. So, like, I'm all for being aggressive at certain times. I think, there's a difference between the 30s, okay, midfield and between the 30s, of being more aggressive at those times because it's, not a foregone conclusion that you're going to make a field goal. And even in this scenario, there was no foregone conclusion they were going to make the field goal either. But your odds in that situation, to me, of winning the football game, because we're not talking about it being later in the game, it's early in the game. You got to take the points and go up 2 scores. You have to go up 2 scores.
I will say this, though, in retrospect, it was the right call because it led to the Broncos losing. And so I'm a big fan of the call, and I think he pushed the right button there.
I like seeing, especially just after how condescending Sean Payton is to anybody that asks him a question or anything like that.
In what regard?
Well, what do you know about it?
Right.
You don't know anything. You don't know run it downhill.
Right.
Okay.
Sean Payton, what do you know about that storm coming up in the second half, huh?
What storm?
We know about
nothing
taking
about that.
points with your backup quarterback out there in a blizzard coming.
Wow.
In a defensive struggle of a game. Which is like what you thought the game was going to be, too. That's what you're talking about. It's like...
what do you know about attacking downhill in the run game? You don't know. All right, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. You're smarter than everybody. It's great. But I think the analytics, like you said, you love analytics. Analytics play a role. They're important. I also think they become a cop-out for people who don't want the responsibility of independent thought. Well, what do the numbers tell me to do? Then I have, it's something concrete told me to do it. Instead of you got a justification. Sometimes it's like, but what else is in play here? Mm-hmm. This situation is a unique moment in time.
Well, and
right now.
I haven't seen this either, but I'd be interested in this. you do have some coaches, obviously, in the National Football League that have more of an MO about being aggressive, right? Dan Campbell has done that.
Yeah.
It's cost him in a playoff game before. We've seen that with Ben Johnson and the Bears. Sometimes when you're the Bears, sometimes it's about who you have on your team and the mentality of your team. And I think that's Dan Campbell's big thing around it before.
Yes.
Was, hey, this is who we are, and it might bite us in the ass, but gives us the best chance to win a game, right? And that's a big portion of it too. But my interest level in this is, and I haven't seen this yet, but Denver called a timeout, okay, to think about it, right? And try to get the perfect play call dialed up. If you've got momentum going and you've got everything else along with that, I'd be curious as to what the study says of, okay, they went for it on fourth down, but they called timeout first to either think about it or change the play call. Because if you're calling timeout in that scenario, you're indecisive about your decision to begin with.
We've got Marc Boerigter, former Chiefs wide receiver, in studio. Back after this on WHB.
Well, let's have a look at the replay.
Stephen St. John.
Move your head. Look at the size of that boy's head. Shh. I'm not kidding. It's like an orange on a toothpick.
You're gonna give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. It's a virtual planetoid. Has its own weather system.
You are listening to A New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
welcome back to the show. We're going to get into the Andy Reid sound in the 7 o'clock hour. So before then, Mark, what do you think of the Super Bowl matchup? We talked about that. Broncos lost to the Patriots. The Seahawks and Sam Darnold get to the Super Bowl. And so it's Seahawks and Patriots.
Yep. A lot of fresh blood. Just what everybody wanted, right?
Well,
teams that have been there before.
Be careful what you ask for.
That's what I know. Look, I think I like John Schneider a lot, who's their GM. He was in Green Bay. Cut my ass when I was in Green Bay.
Wow.
But he's a good dude. Very smart dude. And what they've done with that roster, bringing in Sam Darnold. You know, Sam Darnold, obviously, a year ago with the Vikings had a tremendous year also, right? And
Minnesota looks stupid.
But then he didn't look great in the playoffs, right? Had a really bad game. But, you know, he's only 28 years old. And got drafted into purgatory with the Jets, you know, ends up in Carolina, goes and sits as a backup in San Fran for a year, ends up in Minneapolis and with the Vikings, and then goes out to Seattle and fits their offense perfectly. You know, they moved on from DK Metcalf, you know, and sent him to Pittsburgh. Like, they just did – they're making a lot of the right moves up there, and they have a really good identity. And while the Patriots are a nice story, and I'm not saying they can't win this game, obviously, and win the Super Bowl by any means, because I think Mike Vrabel is one hell of a coach. And they got a good young quarterback, but he's not playing well right now. I just think the Patriots' margin for error isn't as big as what Seattle's is. And I think Seattle's defense is a little underrated in a lot of ways. And the other piece to this is we don't get to see Seattle play a lot because they're up there in the Pacific Northwest, right? And so if they're playing at home, we're typically getting a Broncos game or somebody else here. They don't get a lot of national attention, so they've kind of flown under the radar a little bit from a national level. But, man, I like the Seahawks in this game.
If you have JSN on your fantasy team, you watch him a lot. That dude is awesome.
The Rams' defense has been a problem kind of all year for them, but
he's been doing that to everybody.
The fact that, like, they put him in the backfield, and they've done that before this year if you've watched any of their games, but, like, and people may get tired of Tom Brady saying this, like, he's in the backfield for a reason. Yes, he is.
He's the main target.
And I don't know. I mean, they did a great job of isolating him and getting some matchups to get him open, but, like, if you're the Rams at some point, don't you just bracket cover him and let somebody else beat you? And, I mean, and granted, Cooper Kupp came through when they needed him to. Still, he's a great possession receiver, so I just like Seattle's personnel better.
So, players to lead the NFL in receiving yards and reach the Super Bowl in the same season. JSN this year. 3 others did it. What other 3 wide receivers led the league, led the NFL in receiving yards, and also reached the Super Bowl in that same season?
Tyreek Hill?
Nope.
Nope.
Randy Moss?
Cooper Kupp. No Randy Moss. Come on now, the GOAT.
Jerry Rice.
He did it twice.
Jerry Rice did it twice.
The last one, Stan Weber would be very excited to tell you about.
Michael Irvin?
Was it Drew Williams?
One of those names is right.
Williams.
No.
Drew
Pearson.
God darn it. Yeah.
I was waiting on you. When you said Drew Williams, I was like, oh, he's going to say it. Drew Pearson.
Yep. Drew Pearson.
Drew Pearson. Man. That's
Short
terrible.
list.
It is a very short list.
You see the Cooper Kupp controversy? How the Rams, I guess, badmouth Cooper Kupp on his way out the door, and there was even some trash talking going on. He stayed
in an elevator previous to one of their previous matchups.
Yeah, between coach, because the Rams or the Seahawks coaching staff heard them talking bad about Cooper Kupp, and they almost got in a shoving match at the elevators, and Cooper Kupp was unhappy with how he was treated, considering, he helped them win it. I mean, he led them to a championship.
He won the
in one of the
Triple Crown that year, if I
greatest seasons ever
remember.
in wide receiver history. And so it was that was interesting. That he comes back and gets the last laugh.
Yeah.
But I also thought it was classy, like Matthew Stafford found him on the field and wanted to make sure to congratulate him. And they said he still has a good relationship with Stafford, with McVay, and some of the other players that he played with, but the front office not so much. A really interesting article about it. I think Mike Silver wrote it.
Yep. Mike Silver did.
You like that kind of stuff, don't you, Jake?
The behind the scenes stuff
Yeah.
that nobody
Love
ever
it.
hears about because
I
there's
love
a
it.
lot of that out there.
Oh yeah, love it.
All right, we're going to hear from Andy Reid. We'll play some different clips and get everyone's reaction to what Big Red had to say yesterday on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
New Day with SSJ is brought to you by Walker Medical Linen Service, Kansas City's trusted locally owned medical laundry. HLAC certified for the highest standards in safety and sanitation. Walker serves hospitals, surgery centers, and clinics across the metro. Walker Medical Linen Service, Kansas City clean, Kansas City strong. Visit walkermls.com.
Welcome back to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB.